This superpower is accessible to you at any time, day or night. It'll recharge you. You could reboot your day with it. Are you a burnt out overachiever buried in responsibilities? Do you miss laughing with your friends, just laughing from the gut? Do you feel like life's passing you by? If you've been wishing for some kind of shift, you're in the right place. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Hope, the show where we take you off the hamster wheel by ditching your to do list for the to don't list. This is where you get to learn how to make that lonely ache vanish. Learn self compassion techniques and to give yourself grace. I'm Lauren Abrams, and I get to help you feel that magic again since going through my own dark night of the soul, so you can learn from my experience and the mentors and experts I meet along the way. And today we're talking about gratitude, your superpower for a fulfilling life and instant attitude adjustment. Gratitude is a lot more than just a thank you. It shifts your mindset. Whatever you focus on grows. So if you look for the bad and what's wrong in the world, you're going to find it. But when you look for the beauty, that's what you're going to see. Whatever you tell yourself, you're right. So learning how to stay in gratitude, it keeps you vibrating at a higher frequency and focused on the good, the beauty, all the wonderful things in the world, and then in others. There's a total domino effect in your life and in the lives of the people around you. I'm going to give you 5 ways to get into or to stay in gratitude in this episode. So the first suggestion to stay in gratitude or get back into it is a gratitude journal. Write down 5 things that you're grateful for every day. Or during the day, if you're just not in a good place or anything else, it's an instant attitude adjustment. Write down 5 things. And if you can't think of something, right, I have electricity. I'm able to write these things down. And I always recommend handwriting it. You don't have to. You can just write them on your phone, put them on the keyboard, whatever it is, and send it to a friend. Somebody that you trust, write down 5, 10 things that you're grateful for. You can always come up with something. Once you start writing, I have one friend, she's like, but I'm not grateful for anything right now. And I said, well, that's the point. By the time you get to the end of the gratitude, that's when you're grateful. And it's just a great exercise. Try it. You could be grateful when you start. You don't have to be. You can be angry. If you're mad at somebody, if you're mad at your partner and you start writing everything that you're grateful for, I mean, you're angry when you're writing it. So obviously you're not going to be in some great place and full of love and the birds flying and some Disney movie kind of thing. Just write down all these things that you're grateful for about them. And by the time you're done, you've done a total 180 and suddenly you're grateful for them. Oh, they're so great. And it's a great exercise. I've been exchanging gratitude lists with Nancy for 14 years. She writes hers at night. I write mine in the morning. And studies actually show they increase your self-esteem and they help you sleep better. So if you write them in the morning, you'll be more confident all day. And if you write them at night, you get a great night's sleep. Anyway, you can let me know how that works for you. Okay, the second is thank you notes. Let somebody know that you appreciate them by a handwritten note or some kind of gesture of appreciation. I promise you, you will feel great for doing that. Of course, they're going to feel really touched and everything, but you will feel good for having done it. It will change your entire day. It also enhances creativity. It opens your mind to all these new possibilities and all this innovative way of thinking. There's one I wrote almost 20 years ago, and I still have these warm feelings for the person that I wrote them. I mean, of course, I have warm feelings towards her, but like it's this extra warmth. It's an incredible exercise and also increases your productivity after doing it. And I didn't find any proof of this, but it's common sense tells me that once you do it, it's going to promote all this community for you. And the number one thing we need in this world is more community. It ends isolation and loneliness and everything else. So it's such a good practice to do, but is writing some kind of a note of appreciation to somebody that means something to you. All right, number 3, mindful moments. Just take a few minutes each day to focus on the present moment and just really acknowledge what you have to be grateful for. That's just a couple of minutes. And then my little addendum to that is to feel into it, not just acknowledge it, but to feel it. And that's how manifestation works anyway. So you can manifest even more gratitude. That makes you vibrate at an even higher frequency. And gratitude motivates you to pursue your dreams and celebrate your achievements anyway. And so that's going to attract more positivity from others. And who doesn't want that? Just take a few minutes. What are you grateful for right now? Think about it. Grateful for the ability to hear and to see and to look for the beauty and the good and the green and what's growing, the blue sky that we can still see, and for pets and babies, always babies, like a baby laughing, if nothing else. So that's number 3. Number 4, gratitude meditation. A gratitude meditation, it lowers the blood levels, increases resilience. It also improves decision making. It helps you focus on opportunities, make choices aligned with your values, not somebody else's, because you're really in touch with what's right for you. And if somebody's like, well, you should be doing this, or telling you what they think is right for you, and you know it's not aligned with your values, and you know you should be doing something else, you could just kind of say, okay, thank you, and then move on. And it's a great place to be. Okay, the 5th suggestion, just to get into gratitude, is a gratitude jar. Keep a jar and collect all your notes of gratitude. Everything you feel grateful for, write a note and stick it in a gratitude jar and collect it all year. It's fun to do this with other people too. And then at the end of the year, go back and look at everything you're grateful for from the year. And it's super fun. Go, oh my gosh, look at all these things I have to be grateful for. And to do it with others and just collect that for over the year. Just keep putting things in your gratitude jar. Just keep putting things in it. Another thing that reminds me of is when you've got an issue and something going on and there's really nothing you can do about it, just put it in the jar. Just that's a way of taking the problem and putting it in the jar, and it's out of my hands. It's over there. That's a different jar, by the way. It's very fun to do that. Being in gratitude, studies show it increases happiness, amplifies positive emotions. It makes you feel happy, full of joy, and content. I feel balanced and alive. I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I used to have a license plate. It said pause energy. Just always, what am I grateful for? It's like, I get to do these things instead of I have to. It's all those little things that you tell yourself. Again, I mean, I started with whatever you tell yourself, you're right. And whatever you focus on grows. So the self-esteem, because you're recognizing your blessings, you're not looking at the lack. If I'm scrolling on social media, which is not real, sorry, I hate to tell you, it's just not real, then that makes me think, oh, I should have these things. And I just heard there was a newscaster who said she not only was she trying not to look at social media, she stopped buying any new clothes for 1 year. So she stopped receiving any emails from any clothing manufacturer or clothing store or clothing outlet or anything. She did unsubscribe to all the clothes stores so that she wasn't constantly being pressured via email to purchase new clothes or shoes or anything else. And when she had a wedding or something like that, she just borrowed from another newscaster or a friend or sister. Anyway, and so she didn't buy any new clothes for a year. I just thought that was great. The self-esteem and the confidence and the community and emotional balance and better sleep and all of these things just from practicing the superpower of gratitude. And it's so easy. All you have to do is write down things you're grateful for, and your vibrational frequency increases. You feel better. You get to go out in the world with all these positive emotions. And all you did was write a list of things you're grateful for. So I think that's a pretty easy superpower. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode and take with you the messages of gratitude, of course, openness, and community. Such great messages to take into your week ahead. Be sure to tune in next week when inspirational leader, self-improvement advocate Scott Stabile joins us. He's all about loving yourself, how to quit comparing your insides to anybody else's outsides, and learning how to love and accept yourself fully to give yourself the compassion you deserve. Self-love is a skill, and he helps you to develop that skill. He also helps you to quit being self-judgy. It's a great episode that's super upbeat, and it's one of my faves. And that's next week. You definitely don't want to miss that. He is amazing. If you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. If you don't know how to do that, you can go to the website at 52weeksofhope.com. There's a button when you scroll down to click and link and subscribe and review. It's appreciated. All the podcasts are in there, the show notes. It's all on the website at 52weeksofhope.com. If I haven't told you this already, I really appreciate you listening. If you're enjoying the podcast, share the love and tell two of your friends. I'm Lauren Abrams. Thanks for listening.